Raw Women's Champion Nikki A.S.H. loses twice in a go-home Raw for SummerSlam. The legendary Melina is in Impact Zone. Britt Baker is an absolute hometown hero megastar in AEW. And Bianca and Belair, Sasha Banks closes SmackDown with the bang. Welcome everyone to Ring the Bell. This is DS and this is Women's Wrestling Weekly Recap, where we recap everything, well, mostly everything that happened in women's wrestling. Thank you so much. I skipped last week because I had this terrible injury on my shoulder, but I'm feeling a lot better, so I'm here, almost recovered, almost 100% satisfaction. Thank you so much for all the amazing messages, hoping for my recovery. But here we go, let's talk about what happened on Raw last night. Oh my god, Nikki A.S.H., Raw Women's Champion, she really is an underdog, losing twice in one night in a go-home show for SummerSlam. So we saw Nikki A.S.H. versus Rhea Ripley in a singles match. Nikki is definitely upping her game in these matches. She brought almost satisfaction into this match. I can see her adding more to the arsenal, which is exciting. But in this match, I was kind of shocked that Nikki A.S.H. lost clean, squeaky clean, to Rhea Ripley with the riptide. It was quite a shocking result. After the match, Charlotte Flair, who was in the commentary, was kind of laughing at Nikki, and Nikki snaps and goes right into Charlotte Flair, who, by the way, looked freaking amazing. She is queen lately. And then Nikki and Rhea goes after Charlotte together. After this, they scheduled Rhea Ripley teaming up with Nikki A.S.H. to go against Charlotte Flair and the mystery partner. And whenever there's a mystery partner, I always assume it's Asuka, because it has been for the last 10 times. Surprise, it wasn't Asuka. I honestly would have been not mad if it was Evil Kana or like Evil Asuka that came to help Charlotte Flair. The other suggestion I had was Dana Brooke, because God knows what Dana's doing lately now that Mandy left Dana, and Dana and Charlotte had that past relationship which never got resolved, so I could have wanted Dana to come out here, but no, it was Nia Jax. Something changed in Nia too. It was a little tweak, but she is all the way diva-licious, twerking, doing stink face. It was so amazing. She was feeling her oats and I was feeling her oats. Also noteworthy was Shayna Baszler watching Nia Jax very closely. They did not forget about Team Shania yet. Something's happening there. But again, this match, Rhea Ripley lost clean to Charlotte Flair, which is another surprise. So this is a go-home episode for a triple threat match in SummerSlam this Saturday. I do have to say though, compared to SmackDown Women's Championship, Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, this doesn't have that kind of a big star colliding match feel. I think it definitely hurt that we saw so many combinations of matches that has Charlotte, Rhea, Nikki involved in last month, that it doesn't give us that must-see fresh vibe going into the SummerSlam match. Charlotte and Rhea has amazing chemistry, and Nikki A.S.H., this is her first big defense, so I really hope they have something up in the sleeve. Maybe we can see the next step of Nikki A.S.H.'s character at SummerSlam. So for this, I'll say satisfied? I'm not like 100% satisfied, but I'm not mad about it either. I'm like still intrigued about what's gonna happen. But also at the same time, after SummerSlam, I would like to see Nikki feud with someone else, like maybe Nia Jax or Shayna Baszler. The other thing that happened on Raw was involving Doudrop, Eva Marie, Alexa Bliss, and Lily Lucian. I honestly hate Lily Lucian. Backstage, we saw Eva Marie tell Doudrop to go grab Lily from the playground. So Doudrop goes to grab Lily, but again, enchanted by whatever is happening in Lily's face. This time, they were saving some production fee. They did not show what Doudrop was seeing, but something was happening where Doudrop was kind of enchanted by it. And when Doudrop came back empty-handed, Eva Marie awkwardly slaps Doudrop twice. I cannot believe that she's awkward in slapping people too. So I guess we're seeing Eva Marie versus Alexa Bliss match, which I feel like a recipe for disaster. Yeah, I'm sure Joey loves this storyline, but this just kind of worries me. Where is this going? And what can we expect from Eva Marie versus Alexa Bliss? Girl, I'm Confucius, because I have no idea what to expect in SummerSlam. I'm actually really scared about what's going to happen. Will anyone of either Alexa and Eva Marie come out of this feud better than before? I really don't think so. So NXT started with quite a surprising match, Sarai versus Dakota Kai. It wasn't number one contendership match or anything. It was already announced Dakota Kai will be facing Raquel Gonzalez for the NXT Women's Championship at TakeOver. Here, Dakota Kai went against the undefeated Sarai, and this match was great. Sarai, as always, showed finesse and skills in this match. Dakota Kai also showed some amazing fire. This was a very hard-hit match, and even though we knew that Dakota Kai is #1 contender going into TakeOver because she's going against the undefeated Sarai, there was some unpredictability going into this match. Leading up to the end of the match, we saw Raquel Gonzalez from the parking lot coming into the arena, and surprisingly, Dakota Kai defeats Sarai in a clean pinfall. I did not expect that to happen. Post-match, Dakota Kai is trying to attack Sarai more, but Gonzalez chases her off, picks up a mic, says that she's gonna tear Dakota Kai apart. That was the point of the whole chase, and I think it worked. Again, it was a very good match between Dakota Kai and Sarai. I'm still very surprised that Sarai's undefeated streak is over. This match gets the satisfaction for me. Here's my 2 cents about Sarai. I don't know her. She's an absolutely amazing wrestler, super skilled, super intense, but we've seen that from other Joshi wrestlers. Just like how Zoe Stark is an amazing wrestler, but she gets an American indie wrestler number 5 vibe. You know what I mean? I think what Sarai needs is a storyline and a character. Right now, we don't know anything about her other than that she is a, what is it, like a sunrise queen or something like that. That's all poetic and good, but that's not what we need. Speaking of Zoe Stark, I'm just gonna briefly talk about last week's freaking segment. The premise of last week's segment is that Zoe Stark went to a Japanese restaurant to befriend Io. She realized that Japanese food is gross and disgusting and exotic, that she couldn't eat it, so she threw it out, puked it out, whatever. Honestly, WWE grow the up. I'm embarrassed for you. So next match, we got Gigi Dolin versus Amari Miller. Before this match, we saw a quick promo by Gigi Dolin. She talked about how this is not her 9-to-5 job. She's insatiable and she's gonna go through the entire division, through Io to Ember to everyone, and she has someone to do it with. So that was like a little tease. And then after that, she came out with JC Jane. So I think it's clear that she will be teaming up with JC Jane. Let me know what you think about Gigi Dolin's whole character. I don't fully get it. I get that she likes to open her mouth and like show her tongue. Sexy but like cool at the same time. I don't know. I don't exactly know what her whole thing is yet. If you have better explanation of it, please let me know. I'm Confucius. And again, it's like really the first time we're actually seeing her character, so give her a break. Yeah, this match was short and sweet. Gigi looked great in the ring. Her gear looked great with the cobalt blue lines and her blazing orange hair. I think it looked awesome. And that finisher, again, let me know what you thought about Gigi Dolin's finisher. I was kind of on the fence. I was like, this is a sped up roll up page turner. It was very unique. Also, where was Mandy Rose? So for this segment, I'm intrigued, but I'm on the fence. I'll say I'm Confucius. Let's go to AEW. We got a singles match between Nyla Rose and Chris Statlander, and this match, everyone, was great. I really liked this match. Nyla Rose in this match was so crisp. We already know that Nyla Rose is a powerhouse, that unhinged beast power, but on top of that, she was crisp, she was fast, the way she was moving was unpredictable. I really think she was on point in this match. And Chris Statlander, as always, her movements were great. My favorite spot of this match was when Chris did the handstand and then Nyla just speared right through it. That was amazing. 451 area code. The 450 splash was absolutely just crisp. This match was great. On top of that, my ear was bleeding because Vicky Guerrero was particularly annoying in this match. She was so annoying, she was so loud. This match got 100% satisfaction. Now, we got promo from DMD, the Pittsburgh hero, Britt Baker, the AEW Women's Champion. I have to say, this promo is, I think, one of the more epic promo I've seen in recent years. This was pretty epic. I mean, obviously, Britt Baker is just great on the mic. She's a gold. But something about the whole environment just helped it make it so grand and epic. I don't even remember what exactly she said, but the vibe of it, the crowd energy was just so electrifying that made her and the Women's Championship feels like it means so much. And this is what we needed from the whole reign of Hikaru Shida, to be honest. Investment from the people, investment from the company. This amount of passion into the champion. I have to say, I did see it in this promo, so I'm very excited about that. On the other hand, on the flip side is Red Velvet. Red Velvet came out. I mean, there's no way that she was going to get good reaction from Pittsburgh. But this whole promo and kind of build-up seems more about hometown hero defending her title in this city instead of Red Velvet It's really not much about her, which I'm a little disappointed about, but either way, this is the main event of the first AEW Rampage. 100% satisfaction for me. And also, AEW was so generous to give Camille a promo for Empower. I just thought it was kind of funny that last week, none of the commentator mentioned anything about Empower, so I was like, are they trying to not talk about it? But this time, they did talk about it, and they actually put a whole graphic in there. I'm just gonna say, meh. Am I excited for Layla as the NWA Women's Champion's #1 contender? Not particularly, sorry. Especially after NWA Women's Championship being a pretty important part of AEW product for a little bit. I thought we would get at least someone like Big Swole or Shida or Riho to come for the NWA Women's Championship at Empower. I don't know much about Layla, and I don't know her match against Bunny got me particularly super excited. So there are a couple more weeks, so hopefully they could have some more build-up. Let's move to Impact, and I just gotta say, what happened last week was absolutely paparazzi amazing. Melina Perez made her debut on Impact. Melina Perez! The freaking legend! The Divas Champion, the Women's Champion, Melina came to Impact to challenge Deonna Purrazzo, and she still got the charisma. This week we saw Impact start with Taylor Wilde versus Tenille Dashwood. This was almost like a pay-per-view match, 10 plus minutes of action. Taylor Wilde, wow, again, like I said last time, I cannot believe she was on hiatus for so long. Just exciting to see in the ring. And also Tenille Dashwood was just deliciously evil in this match. At the end of this match, we saw Caleb with the K, kind of blind referee with the hairspray, and then Madison Rayne, who previously retired, came back to shove Taylor Wilde into the ring post and help Tenille Dashwood win the match. I don't know what is happening or the scope of Madison Rayne's return, but it's just exciting. It adds to the excitement of everything that's happening in the knockout division, for Melina coming back, Mickie James coming back. This match and Madison Rayne comeback is 100% satisfaction for me. So now we got the whole Fire and Flava aftermath. At first, we got Kiera Hogan's kind of a farewell segment. She comes out, she was just full of emotion. Probably is because it's actually her last night at Impact, and she is saying bye to everyone backstage, I think. So she really used that emotion, and she portrayed the betrayal she had from Tasha Steelz. So Kiera calls for Tasha Steelz to come to the ring, but who comes out instead? It's Su Yung and Kimberly, and Kimberly with Su Yung is all in the ghost eerie mode, and they take out Kiera Hogan. This is 100% satisfaction for me. To think that we might get Su Yung and Kimberly versus DK for the Knockout Tag Team Championship storyline, I mean, that would be some bizarro world, but that would be fun. And after this, we got a Tasha Steelz interview. It was more of a straightforward interview where she talked about why she betrayed Kiera Hogan and brought in Savannah. We had this interview segment with Melina talking about how amazing this Empower is going to be, the importance of it, and how excited she is for this forbidden door opening. And then Deonna Purrazzo come in saying that, oh, you're so grateful, blah, 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 you're pathetic. And then she shows this video of her training with this MMA fighter. And then Melina's like, wow, that's impressive. But you know what? I'm gonna impress you next week. When I compete for my first Impact match, you will know how excited I am for Melina versus Deonna Purrazzo. This match is a dream match. I'm so excited. Cannot believe I'm gonna see this match. This build, though, is confusing for how big this card is with Melina and Deonna. I think this interview segment wasn't as big. It wasn't worthy of that big match, if that makes any sense. So I'll say meh for this interview, and it really hurts for me to say that. Again, the fact that Melina and Deonna match is even happening is 100% satisfaction either way. I just have a lot of high expectation for it, and I hope Impact and NWA can treat this build like how big of a match it is. Alright, so going on to Friday, let's talk about the debut episode of AEW Rampage. We saw the main event here, Britt Baker versus Red Velvet for the AEW Women's Championship. It was a fantastic match between two of them. Red Velvet coming in, she had some tough crowd because Pittsburgh was all in love with Britt Baker and they had no love left for Red Velvet. So she had a very hostile crowd. When Britt Baker came into this match, again, just like what happened in Dynamite, it was just electrifying in the arena. People with their golden towel, it was just so amazing. And just the crowd energy. I love the storyline that happened in this match. It was about Britt Baker. Because of her wrist injury, she couldn't quite lock in her lockjaw, so it was a fight to get in that lockjaw with her injury, and ultimately she had to flip her arms and do the lockjaw with her different hands. Their moves were very fluid throughout the match, and Red Velvet with the moonsault and the way she was keep going for that injured wrist. I mean, it's the actually injured wrist. It got me to the edge of the seat. But what really made this match special was the hometown crowd just going crazy for Britt Baker. I think that really made this match. Again, I think this was a great match, but I think from both of them, I think they have a lot left to show. I wouldn't be mad if this feud continues. One thing I'm a little scared about is just Red Velvet after this match disappearing from AEW. Like what happened to Tay Conti or Jade Cargill or, I don't know, Big Swole. I know they show up in AEW Dark, but that's a YouTube show, everyone. After this match, Chris Statlander, who was watching the match with the crowd, I guess she is the next #1 contender, comes in to save Red Velvet from Britt Baker. But who comes in to save and close AEW's first ever episode of Rampage? It's Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter, by the way, is an amazing talent. She had great matches in Stardom, but really to finish the first ever historic episode of Rampage, Jamie Hayter is here for the save. Like, was anyone like really gagged about this? I wasn't, I'm sorry. Yeah, so it was a questionable booking, but you know, maybe they value Jamie Hayter that much. But we'll see what happens in this new partnership with Britt and Jamie Hayter. For this delicious main event, I give 100% satisfaction. On SmackDown, we saw women close the show when Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair had this contract signing. I love that Bianca Belair isn't just a goody face, and she can throw down when she wants to. This was not at all out verbal war between Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, and obviously if they go all the way, oh, it would be even better. But I got some good taste of it. It was titillating. It was provocative. But kind of a confusing thing was, first of all, Sasha didn't bring her boss stamp, which is disappointing, I'll say. She brought Carmella and Zelina as like witnesses, and Carmella and Zelina are like just wearing like matching mesh outfit out there helping Sasha Banks like nothing happened. What happened? It didn't make much sense, and Sasha said it herself. You didn't see this coming. Nobody see this coming, because it doesn't really make much sense. Well, if you think about it, 3 of them together as a stable is a serve. They definitely looked amazing together, but storyline wise didn't make much sense. And then the other thing I loved about this contract signing was when Bianca flipped on top of table and went right on to Sasha Banks. That was great. I love that she showed up like that. But again, it ended in a casual contract signing fashion, with Sasha Banks putting bank statement on Bianca Belair with her own hair. So for that satisfaction, again, it's not 100% because some of it didn't make sense. But again, this match is a must-see match. It's 2 megastars colliding, and it will be amazing. And yes, there are news about potentially Sasha and Bianca not having a match at SummerSlam. Hope that is not true. As of right now, nothing is confirmed, so hopefully, fingers crossed. And this, it seems like it's a weekly thing now with SmackDown. Where is Liv Morgan? Where is Naomi? Where's Mia Yim? I honestly am so freaking upset that WWE is killing Liv Morgan's momentum like this. This is crime. Girl!
Girl.
Thank you so much for watching this week's episode. You can find me at DShin and Ring the Bell DS on Twitter, and you can find these t-shirts on our Teespring down below, and you can find me and all of our Ring the Bell co-hosts on Patreon exclusive Discord board. See you this weekend for SummerSlam watch party. Bye!